You know, I hear a lot of complaints about the way some furries act in public. There's always some horror story about public fucking or farting in elevators or throwing pornography around everywhere. Some furs even complain about the way other furs act. So, well, I happen to have a few ideas on this subject myself that I thought I'd share with y'all's asses. Because I have been to 2.8 billion fur cons, okay? I've been to more fur cons. I've been around more furries than Tony the Tiger has fucking blocked, okay? And I'll be there and I'll be just, taking a little stroll around, just to air out my nutsack, My nuts somehow suck all of the oxygen out of my pants, so sometimes I gotta take a little walk with them to get a little bit of a breeze going on, Because if I don't, then they're gonna get sweaty and they're gonna start running for the GOP candidacy like every other sweaty nutsack in the country. And every time I do this, I'm gonna see that one fur walking around in the lobby with no shoes on. He's gonna be there every fucking time. Captain Caveman is gonna be there with no shoes on, just walking around barefoot in the lobby. Like this guy has no idea he's in a business establishment and just thinks his bedroom got really fucking big suddenly. World famous restaurants all over the place. People who have Jesus fucking Christ on their payroll are getting out of limousines in the front and Jethro's wandering around fresh off the fucking retard plantation. And every time I see that, I say, well, Jesus tits, how about that? And then I'm gonna look over and there's gonna be another fur and steam be coming off this motherfucker. Just walking around smelling like Kim Davis Lux. And you've seen this guy. I know you've seen him. His flies be buzzing around this asshole so they can get high. You can take a butter knife and peel the grease off this guy and make candles. It's that fucking bad. And he'll always be there every single time. And forget a bath here. This guy needs to be fucking sandblasted. And every time I see him, I'll say, oh, well, holy shit, how about that? And then there'll be this other furry who's talking loudly and screaming and cursing in front of hotel guests and children. Actually, wait, that's usually me. Whoopsie. So all this will be going on, and there are non-furries in there too, right? Just normal hotel guests who thought they were checking into a classy hotel, but instead they wound up checking into Disney's version of Lord of the fucking Flies, and now they're shitting their pants full of shit because they have no idea what's going on. So you know what I do? You know what I do whenever I see this happening? Check this out, I gotta tell you. I do nothing! Well, besides laughing, I laugh, and then my balls, they start laughing too. And me and my balls have a good laugh. Sometimes my ass will even let loose a chuckle. And then I turn around and I go back upstairs and I never do a damn thing. And you want to know why? Because as far as I'm concerned, society can cram their delicate sensibilities right up their ass. Fuck these people if they don't like it. That's what I think. They can go straight to hell and bite a big chunk out of the devil's ass for all I care.
Well, dude, what, you just don't care when furries act like complete social boneheads? You just don't care?
Of course I care. I hate it when they do that. I wish they'd never do it ever again, ever. But the fact is, the furries have always been rejected by society. A person can be passionate about stamp collecting, airplane engines, the corn content, and a pile of shit. But as soon as someone's a fan of cartoon animals, well then get them the fuck out. And they're tossed in the ditch of eternal fuck you to rot. Their family rejects them, their friends reject them, and they wind up in a basement somewhere, and their computer is the only thing they have left to talk to. All society ever taught them was how to be rude, intolerant, and dismissive because that's how society treated them. Now suddenly you're standing in a hotel and you're in the middle of a bunch of creepy furs that your society has summarily rejected, and you're gonna complain that they're not following the rules? You're actually gonna complain that these people that your society fucked over aren't bending over to make you comfortable. You know what? Fuck you. Just have about 12 buckets of fuck you, okay? And then you could mix them with some eat shit. And then you can stick them in the oven and make yourself a big suck my dick casserole. As far as I'm concerned, society created this monster, and if it doesn't like it, it can fucking deal with it. You wanna talk about fucked up culture? Let's talk about soccer moms who make their living off of lawsuits. Let's talk about crooked politicians. Let's talk about people who wander around in a suit and a tie with a briefcase filled with seminar badges and corporate takeovers, and half-eaten sandwiches filled with the hopes and dreams of every poor sap they had to fuck to get to their throne in middle management. And now you're gonna come to me and say, well, I got in this elevator with a furry and he pulled down his pants and farted semen on me. You know what, bitch? Looks good on you. Consider it a present. Merry fucking Christmas from the furry fandom. You know what is it? As a fandom, we're always trying to make sure we're on our best behavior, and incidents like this are definitely not in the norm. So the next time you good folks out there in the mundane society wind up wrinkling your nose at someone who doesn't quite know how to fit in, you might want to remind yourself that you didn't give enough of a shit about them to teach them the rules in the first place. Therefore, in my opinion, the next time you have complaints about the behavior of some furry fans out there, you can just shut the fuck up. This is to your socially unacceptable Ranting Gryphon, and that's all I have to say about that.